over there. More for me.
Well, lad, it's our lucky day after all. I hope you're lucky. The rest of our crew's half digested, and you're still alive. That's lucky. Well, lad, it's our lucky day after all. I hope you're lucky. The rest of our crew's half digested, and you're still alive. That's lucky.
Looks like a trap there.
Easy.
Vlagis will be done.
Well, lad, it's our lucky day after all. I hope you're lucky. The rest of our crew's half digested, and you're still alive. That's lucky.
Vlagis will be done. A minor hindrance. Father, they will die for you.
Well then, it's our lucky day after all.
I don't feel lucky.
The rest of our crew's off digest. Thanks again. We'll head out.
I'm not.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Well, buddy. I thought it was time I dropped by the doghouse.
Mizora.
The one and only. You haven't introduced me to your friends. Where are your manners? Handler's the word, if it's all the same. Call me Mizora. Your dear friend Will is my little puppy. And he's been a very good. I say fetch, and he'll fetch. I say kill a fugitive tiefling. Well, I don't need to tell you.
You said devils only. She was a thief.
You haven't introduced me to your friends. Where are your manners? Oh, you flatterer. Why, if I had a heart, I'm sure it would be skipping. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. Your warlock friend is my puppy. And he's been a very good boy. I say fetch, and he'll fetch. I say kill a fugitive tiefling, and... well, I don't need to tell you.
You said devils only. She was a tiefling, not a monster.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. Cheer up, Buttercup. Karlach had no heart. You did the world a favor. More to the point, you obeyed. He's the blade of frontiers. Devil's plaything, just doesn't have the same ring. Speaking of... always a pleasure. Shame that tadpole's gone and pissed on your party. But I'll be damned if it goes pissing on mine. I've got some errands to do. But don't you fret much, pup. I'll be back in 3 shakes of your tail. Keep an eye on him, will you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Damn it all. What have I done? I'd be hunting devils and demons, Mizora said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not... Not this. Not Zariel's victims, not innocent tieflings. Karlach showed us the truth, and I refuse to see it. I deserve that. Consider me properly shamed. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. Or so I thought. Until Karlach. A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to. She could kill me for one, and that's not the worst of it. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads. We can, I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet. Well met. The one little question that put me out of house and home. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Looking at something? I'm looking too, but not seeing very much. Another quirk of my affliction. Preening in the looking glass. Petty vanity. Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red. I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost. What? And what do you see, exactly? Oh, go on. Very good. Now just tell me I'm beautiful and we can call it a day. Observant. Mirrors aren't much use, but being reflected in someone else's eyes? Well, I could do worse. Hello, my sweet.
Speak.
How can I help?
Well met.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Well met. That's the...
Speak. It is done.
Smoke. Something's burning.
That's curious.
Can't slow down.
spill some blood.
The blade will not bend. Creator, destroyer. Cover me.
Taking position.
Make it hurt.
On the victor's path. Two steps at a time.
Breathe deep and move.
Battle of wits. Onward.
Got to keep fighting. On my way. Swift and lethal. No time to waste. In my best interest. Infinium Via!
Moving.
Let my enemies fall.
On my way.
The lesson is death. Good show.
What's the plan? Time to meet your maker.
Worship me, the prophet of the end!
I am fury. I am death.
much more. Death can't.
Let me recite their demise. Knight to King forever dauntless.
Patched up. Pushing on.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
Not over, then through.
Hello, chum.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
A long way from Waterdeep.
What do we have here?
The pride of the gate. Checking things out.
Assume nothing.
Objective noted. I can do better. I must. Light on my feet.
How delicious. Lost in thought. Let's explore. Most excellent.
My faith protects me. I must keep going.
Sharp as ever. Heading out.
Assume nothing. Without delay.
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
An efficient path. Never a dull moment. With haste.
Let me work my magic. What have we here? Very well.
I wonder what the next move is.
Please. Now's hardly the time.
Sharp as ever. 2 steps at a time.
Indolence breeds madness. No one stopped me yet. Something's on my mind. Wonder if the gods are watching this.
Careful, I might. Moving.
You have my attention. Adventure awaits.
Wits and blades, always sharp. Let's try this way.
A hero at heart.
Eager for battle. Moving in.
What a day.
A long way to go still. Onward in her name.
Charmed, I'm sure. It shall be done.
My faith will guide me.
Let us have words.
Is that blood? No, never mind. All right, what now?
Councillor Floric, are you all right?
Well, by the living gods, I couldn't have asked for a finer savior. Scorched throat. A few hairs singed off. Nothing a bit of time and fresh air can't cure. Listen, Will. The Drow have taken Grand Duke Ravengard.
No, it can't be. You mean they've taken my...
Yes, Will. They have your father.
The circumstance of my birth is no matter of pride for neither me nor my father. But pride is no reason to refuse help to my own flesh and blood. How can we help?
Rescue Ravengard from his Drow captors. Baldur's Gate needs him now more than ever.
Trust us to see it through, Counselor.
Thank you. Go. I will seek reinforcements and join you when I can.
Shit. You can put father's words. Floric's...
Not just a Grand Duke. Ravengard has more power and influence than anyone.
I was close to him once, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate. I can't tell you more. The pact forbids it. My lips are quite literally sealed. He made me an exile. That said, I'm not about to let him suffer at the hands of his captors. I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I know, and you're right. When I look into a mirror, I see two faces. I see the Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And I see Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory. A man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind. I'm all for it. Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls, and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance. Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power: courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters, I don't consort with them. Well, not when I can avoid it.
Yes, darling.
Speak.
May the darkness protect you. Fine. What's on your mind?
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest.